Hey guys, what is up? My name is Cameron from Cars and Today, and this is my 2000 BMW M Series 323i. I'm turning it into a drift car. It's going to be epic, and we've done a lot. We're going to continue doing a lot, and she's going to be drivable hopefully here soon. But if you guys are new viewers out there, be sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so just got a set of work lights so I can work at the BMW at night. Unfortunately, it's so hot in the daytime, I just don't want to obviously get burnt by the sun or get too hot, so nighttime is better. And for that, because I don't have a garage currently, we're using this halogen twin work light setup, so there should be enough light for me to see everything I need to do. So I just set up this work light, and oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. I could literally see everything. I can see inside the car perfectly fine. I could walk around the car and still see. It's pretty much like it's daylight out here. This is pretty crazy. I didn't actually realize how nice it would be to have a light, but it's kind of pretty much like a movie scene light. I think I'm gonna put another one right there just so I have a full, you know, just all the lighting I would ever need. Or I might just reposition this to be front and center to the car. Maybe this is a little better. Oh yeah, that's way better. Nice. So we have our little nighttime operation set up. Obviously, these gas struts are absolutely shit. So we got this mallet holding everything up. But yeah, guys, this is the engine. Oh wow, it's nice. Even if I walk in front of this light, it's still so bright that I can see just fine. Wow, this is really nice. Cool. So pretty much all that I have to do is get some screws, or flange nuts actually, that are able to hold this intake manifold down, because as you guys can see, there are a couple of those nuts that are missing. So there's one missing right there, a couple back there. So once I get those nuts, I'll be able to fully bolt down this M54 B30 intake manifold. After which I do that, I'm going to put on the throttle body, and then air intake and DMH or DMS sensor, and then I'll plug in all these little electronics, connect the fuel rail, and hypothetically, once I do all that, it should start right on up. I've actually just been trying to figure out how to route these brake lines. I did disconnect them when I originally took the M52 TU's B28 intake manifold out, and so in doing so, there was obviously a few connections that were not connected, and I was just pretty much just spent the last 45 minutes or so just pretty much trying to find where these lines were. And even still, this goes into the air intake. But yeah, that's what I was doing, and it takes a long time because I was pretty much just seeing where things would fit and seeing where they wouldn't fit. As you guys can see, this is the harness. One of the electrical harnesses, fuel connectors, and then this goes to the fuel rail, which connects to the intake manifold, which I still need those bolts for. But once we get that, we'll connect everything back together, put the throttle body on, put the DICE valve and the intake on, and she should start. And I think I did accidentally rip one of these hoses, this one actually in particular, but I'm pretty sure this is just an airtight hose. So we'll see what's going on with that. So it's this hose right here, this TFT68, that is ripped right there at the connection. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get this to stay in there. I'm just trying to push it in there. Maybe apply some silicone to the end of it. See if it won't stay. Apply some silicone to right around that area. That should work for a quick fix. So I did have a problem with this little thing hanging out and pretty much hitting the ground. So I did just push it up, and it clicks into there just fine. Unfortunately, one of my lights went out. I was able to tap it a little bit earlier and it started working again, but right now it's not working. It's plugged in. The bulb's in place, so I don't know what's going on with it. Probably gonna have to get a different light set to compensate for this light that I don't have. So I'll just return the whole thing tomorrow and pick one up that has a working light. Both lights are working, rather. So as far as these bolts are concerned, or these nuts right here, I did order some online. It was $15, $16 for 20 of them. Those are super, super, super hard to find nuts. Like literally nobody has them. No hardware store had them. I was gonna go with locking nuts, but OEM is flange nuts for the intake manifold, so I thought I would stick with OEM so that we stay the same all around the ballpark. And I think I only require 9, but I went ahead and ordered 20. That way we can replace all of them along the line with brand new ones. They are copper plated and very high quality, 10.9 grade. So there's that. So this happened off camera, but I went ahead and pulled the pre-existing coolant temperature sensor out because it was broken off and disconnected from the connector. So instead of having a broken coolant temp sense, I went ahead and pulled it. I'm going to be picking up a new one. There's actually a BMW that's for salvage not too far away from me that I'll probably just pull that off of, but yeah, that's what's going on right there. Ended up taking the intake manifold back off, disconnected the fuel rail from the intake manifold. You guys can see there's the quick disconnects for the fuel lines. I disconnected the CCV catch can delete from the intake manifold. I'm going to set this inside the car, and I picked up any bolts that were just kind of sitting on the engine there. So that's pretty much all cleaned up. Ended up covering all the inlets for where the intake manifold goes to the engine up with these plastic bags. That way no dust, debris, and or water can get into them. Obviously the engine hood is going to be closed, but I don't want to take any chances or any unnecessary risks, so I went ahead and did that. There's not going to be a lot that we can do until I get all the new hex nuts in. I want to replace all of them as far as the intake manifold hardware is concerned. Then we'll put on another new gasket for the intake manifold and hopefully not have to touch it again. There was a couple of O2 sensors that were chilling back there, which actually run the length of the fuel rail where these little clips are. So I'm gonna have to get those from back there and have them ready to be clipped on when we put the intake manifold back on. So that's pretty much what's going on right now. This is gonna end today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I know there was a lot of counterproductive type stuff that it seems like we went in reverse, or we were a little counterproductive from what happened in last video, but I have to double check everything. I'm really not trying to have to replace anything that I don't have to replace, but I'm in the same sense I'm not trying to make sure that I miss anything. I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss anything, rather. And yeah, this is my first project, so I want to be able to do everything right and or fairly right. But if you guys are new viewers out there, be sure to subscribe, smash that like button, comment down below what you guys want to see in future videos. I'm Cameron, this is Cars and Today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.